doesn't look good. Oh, she's bleeding. That's really not good. Clark. Ooh, Lois. I assume that's gonna be Joe. Crypto. Oh, hell yeah. I knew they were gonna do crypto, but I like that.
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
Holy crap. Oh shit.
Superman.
Dang. Okay. That was a lot. That was only 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but that, oh man. All right, so we open up with Clark smashing into the ground here. And like, he's bleeding. So clearly something strong. Maybe there's some kind of magic involved, or, you know, we are going to see some kryptonite in play. But yeah, that's not looking good. God, like, you can just like how curly his hair is here versus like how sleeked back. Like, I like that. I like that a lot. I also like how I've always loved like the transition between Clark and Superman. You can see it here, like super nervous and everything. I also love the guitar in this, like playing the original John Williams Superman theme from 1978 with Christopher Reeves. Peak. Love it. I also think they said in this one that Superman's been around for a while, so it's not going to be like Man of Steel where it's like we're going to see his introduction, like we see him crash to Earth, and like we see in everyone's initial reaction to him. So he's been around for a while, and I think they've also said that Lois knows Clark is Superman. So yeah, I assume I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think I'm right, but that this is the Kent farm. So we might see Martha. I love this that he whistles for Crypto and he comes just bounding out of the snow. This shot right here, like that's pretty cool. And then yeah, we see Lex Luthor. Can't remember his name. He plays Beast in like the younger X-Men, like when they were like younger, like their origins, like First Class, Days of Future Past, that what. But yeah, we see him. We see Superman flying off in the distance, and then Luthor turn around, and so it's gonna be Luthor Corp instead of Lex Corp. I think just try to like distance themselves from what has been. But I also love in the background you can hear, and I believe it's this kid. It looks like a war zone of some kind. He's like calling out to Superman constantly.
Superman.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on here. Oh, and they got the curl. They have the curl. Oh, I didn't even notice this before, but Stag Industries, that's figure in the Batman area, and I know they've said that like this is not going to be necessarily like Marvel in the sense that each movie is going to set up the next, like it's going to actually like do its own thing, but it's a nice little Easter egg. But also we have Guy Gardner, and that is Nathan Fillion, I believe. And then there's Hawko in the background. And Mr. What's his face? But it looks like they're blocking off this building. We're gonna have talk of some kind or something going on. Hot girl. Huge monster. Clark and Lois talking. Kissing. This looks like it's in the Fortress of Solitude because there's all the crystal structure in the back. I'm assuming maybe this is like a robot that his family had on Krypton and like helped and everything, and like maybe I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but one thing I want to say is I'm actually loving the suit. I'm loving the suit. It looks really, really good. I know a lot of people were saying that it looked dumb, especially with like the trunks coming back, but I'm a big proprietor. The trunks, I like the trunks, and I think I read something that David himself was like pushing James for Superman to have the trunks. I'll post a screenshot up here if I can find it, but I'm loving the detail in the suit too, like all these lines and stuff. And I also love the S. Like, there's so many different like variations of it, but I like this one a lot. Yeah, definitely Fortress of Solitude. Not sure who that guy is. I don't know. Let me see Lex again. He's angry. He's got some scarring. Oh, wait, what did that headline say? Oh, something about troops massing on border. Crypto pulling cow. I'm not sure who he's fighting here. I didn't quite see who their face was. I love that. That was a nice shot right there. I love him holding Lois while they're flying up. I think that looks good. And then him like just blasting off into the sky. So beautiful. I'm just saying, I think that DC's in a good direction. I'm excited for this movie. Dude, this 2-minute trailer. I think DC's cooking. I think they're finally cooking some good stuff. I think this is gonna be a good fresh start, especially with James Gunn at like the helm of everything. Like, man knows how to make movies. Like, he did the 3 Guardians of the Galaxy films, and they were just phenomenal successes, both like box office records, but just like how well received they were. And I remember, like, I was really skeptical of the first one. I was like 15 when it came out, 25 now. Jesus Christ, first movie's 10 years old. And I was like, what is this? You know, like, I've never Like I was so used to like everything like on Earth for Marvel, and then we're going on like galactic adventures. But I loved those movies. Still do. But I think James Gunn also did the Suicide Squad from like 3 years ago. That was really good too. I like that one. This looks really, really good. I know a lot of people have been complaining already, saying like things like it makes them think of like the CW in terms of like how colorful everything is and like the suit and everything. But I'm like, this is Superman. He's supposed to be colorful. He's supposed to kind of be like over the top in terms of like, not necessarily like, I guess, but like it's like friendly and like, no pun intended, but like down to earth. And I like it. I'm tired of the dark and gritty. Like, granted, DC is typically a little bit more mature than Marvel with some stuff, especially when you have characters like Batman. But even Batman, like, I don't know. I am not a huge fan of Snyder. Did not really care for any of his movies, especially the DC ones. I still think, personally, this is just my opinion. Feel free to disagree with me respectfully in the comments, but I have always been of the notion that Henry Cavill and Andrew Garfield are in the same boat of being perfect for the role that they played, but weren't given the best material to work with. Because objectively, I will agree that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 has a lot of issues, but I still like the movie, if that makes sense. I like a lot of things in it. Obviously, I love Andrew as Spider-Man. I think for me, like, he's my Spider-Man. Like, that's what I grew up on. Cause like, I was like, I think Spider-Man 3 with like Tobey, like the Sam Raimi trilogy, I was like kindergarten when the second, I know. Cause the first one was like 2000. So I was 1. Second one came out when I was 3, and then 3 came out when I was like 8. So technically I was like a kid with those movies, but like my mom never let me see those because they were rated like PG-13. But like Andrew Garfield, like I was like 13 and 15 when those came out. So like, I still am a huge comic book nerd, but I like in those days, like I loved everything comic book. I love superheroes. So seeing Andrew as Spider-Man was awesome. I think for me, he's my Spider-Man. I know some people like Tobey better. Some people like Tom better. I think all three have their merits. I think all three have their drawbacks. But for me, Andrew is my Spider-Man. And I think that Henry also did a good job as Superman in terms of like the physicality and some of the mannerisms, because some of the scripts, I don't know, it didn't let him shine, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I think this is a good start. I think DC's finally in that right direction. They've got great leadership. I'm excited to see what the future holds. July 11th, we got like 6.5 months, like 6 months and 3 weeks or whatever. I can't wait. Like it just looks so good. Like everything about this, like the vibrancy of it all is just, yeah, like just all of it. Honestly, I love all of it. I also love Nathan Fillion being a Green Lantern in live action, because he's voiced Hal Jordan in like the DC animated universe for a while. But I'm excited to actually see see all this come to fruition. But yeah, this shot of him just flying up, just I'm excited. I hope you're excited. July 11th, counting down the days. All right, so if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, reactions, gaming videos, etc. Sometimes I do commentaries. Hit that subscribe button down below. Also turn notifications on so you actually get notified when I upload, which I'm trying to do a bit more often, but we're in a process. Yeah, my family is growing, so to speak. So a lot of stuff going on, but hit that subscribe button, please. Like and comment, because it helps the algorithm and helps this channel grow, helps us take off in a sense, kind of like our man in the sky here. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. See you around.